Hi train friends, and welcome to the unboxing of my Vision Line Big Boy Superset. Back in layout update 39, I told everybody that my Vision Line 1218 Norfolk and Western was up for sale, and some of you guessed what I was actually buying, and here it is. It is the Big Boy Superset. Being a huge Big Boy fan, there was no way I could turn this down or pass it by. Very excited to have it. This is actually my sixth Big Boy. Would have been seven, but I did let one go. I had the first run edition, which I got an offer on and I couldn't pass it up. But I'm going to do an unboxing here. I've already cut a little bit of the tape to make it easier to open. But so you guys know, this box is absolutely huge. I took out my tape measure just to get an idea, and it's 31 inches long and 29 inches wide, approximately weighs about 46 pounds. So this set is huge, and you get a lot of really nice stuff with it. So without further ado, I'm going to cut this open and show you guys what it looks like. Here's my invoice. And give you guys an idea how big this actually is. It's sitting on my pool table right now. So here's kind of a high shot of what it looks like. It's just absolutely massive. It's the biggest box I think I've ever seen. And the only other one which is close to it, I'd say, is the Rocket set. So let's get this thing. I'm going to try to lift this out. In fact, I might just pause the video because I don't know how successful I'm going to be with moving this thing, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to pause the video, guys, because I'm afraid that I might knock the camera over, and I'm probably going to have to stand this up. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, and we're back. The only way I was able to get it out of the box was I actually had to stand it up on its side and shimmy it out because, like I was saying, this thing is pretty heavy. It's approximately 46 pounds. So let's start opening this bad boy up, and I'll show you guys some really great trains. All right, there we go. Right here, we've got the Big Boy 4008 engine. Here are our Vision Line cars. These are the steel-sided reefer cars. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen these plenty of times, so I'm not going to take these out, but they're great-looking cars, as you can see. And if I remember correctly, only one of them actually has sounds. So what I'll do is I'll put up another video, probably over the weekend if I can, showing this on the layout. Can't run really far because the layout's still being worked on, but I'll do the best that I can. Here is the stock car. And again, I'm not going to unbox this one because I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of these before. They still look basically the same as the ones Lionel have done in the past. And if I am correct, one of these is equipped with sound and the other ones are not. And there's, I don't know if I said before, but there's 3 of these same color, as well as the 3 reefer cars, same color. And then we have the Vision Line. I'm sorry, I don't believe it's Vision Line. It's the Freight Sounds boxcar. Now, this car you can only get if you buy this set. If you don't get this set, unless someone's willing to break the set up, you cannot get this car, which is a big reason why I wanted to get this set, not just for this boxcar, but obviously for the big boy. It's number 4008, which you cannot get unless you get the set as well. And you guys know me being a huge Union Pacific fan and a big boy fan. I wanted to make sure I had that in my collection. So let's take a look at this one. We'll open this one up. Okay, and right off the bat, you guys, I can tell you the detail on this car is incredible. Lionel, you guys really knocked it out of the park with this one. Sliding doors. And like I said, this car does have sound. And Lionel is putting out, to my knowledge, if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure I am, the next catalog coming out, well, the second edition catalog had, I believe it was 9 of these box cars, which Union Pacific had these ads on the side of. And I believe that the first edition for 24 is going to have the remainder of the 9 cars. So that'll be 18 plus this one. You'll have 19 cars. And then they had the other 2 sound cars. So you can get all the ads that Union Pacific ran during World War II. But just so you guys can see, this car is really great. I mean, the color is spectacular, as well as all the detail. And if you guys, my voice is a little bit hoarse. I've had a pretty bad cold for the last week, so I'm getting over that. But there you go. Beautiful car. And we're not going to box that back up. We'll just put it to the side so I can open up the caboose. And again, this is the caboose, if I'm not mistaken, is a Vision Line caboose. Let's take a look. Okay, it's actually not a Vision Line, so forgive me. It's not a black box. I should have known better. But it's a Crew Sounds caboose. And I did get the custom edition one that Brady's put out. That one is yellow with the American flag on it. And when I go out to the layout later, I'm going to show you that one, as well as the Mr. Muffin's 4000 custom run big boy that I got. So this is probably very similar to the Brady's caboose. But again, that one's yellow where this one's brown. So we're going to open this one up real fast. Okay, and lots of detail on this, guys. I mean, really great amount of detail on this. You can check underneath with all the lines. Lionel really, you guys, again, knocked it out of the park with this one. There is a lot of detail on this piece, and I think it looks outstanding. The brown here, detail, terrific. And the Brady's version that I tested had some nice sounds. I'm assuming this one does as well. But overall, just first look at it, it's very impressive. So I can't wait to get this on the layout. It supposedly, well, it should have an operating coupler. I believe this one is the operating one where this one is fixed. Could be wrong. I'll check that out when I get outside. But great piece. And going to pause the video again because I'm going to lift the big boy out. And I'm going to need 2 hands for that. So I'm going to stick this back in here for a minute. Plus, I'd like to box these 2 pieces up so that way when I lift the big boy out, it's not going to crush them. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, and we're back. I lifted the big boy out of its little section of the box. And there you go. You can see it. Might have a little bit of glare. Let's see if we can get a better angle. There we go. Visionline Big Boy 4008. And like I said, this is the 6th one in my collection. Hopefully there'll be more in the future. Would be nice to get all of them, but that's going to take a while. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Manual right there. And there she is. Here's your whistle. Some extra traction tires and coupler. For loading your smoke fluid. And here is your smokestack deflector. When we go outside to the layout later, you guys will see that I have all of these on my big boys. I prefer to run them without them, but just so they don't get lost, I have them on the engines right now. Once the yard is finished, I'm going to have a spot for them to sit out. I think it'll look cool having them all lined up next to each other, but for the time being, they're on the engines. So let's take a look at what this looks like. We'll do the tender first, save the best for last. All right, there you go. You know, no matter how many times I see one of these, it doesn't get old. I mean, these tenders are huge and pretty heavy as well. So every time I see one, I get pretty excited. And these doors, they do open. You can push your finger right in there and see them open. Nice piping detail on the side. All right, so we'll put that down. And now on to the big boy itself. Before I lift this up, I'm going to tell you guys how I like to take the engine out of the box. I mean, there's really no specific way to do it. Obviously, you want to be careful because of all the small details on it. But the one thing I like to do is to grab it by the back of the cab here, because this is solid die cast right here. And then on the sides and the front of the engine, right here, you can see there's nothing there. So you can get a pretty good grip there. But also, try to get underneath it a little bit, because you see, it'll come right up. And there's also no piping right there, or no small details that you can mess up. So those are the places that I like to grab. And if anybody has any better places, let me know. I'd be happy to know. So let's take a look at this. What I'm going to do is take this, put it back on top, and then put the engine on top of it. And there we go. Absolutely beautiful engine. Lionel really knows how to do these engines right. Every single little detail is here on this engine. And like I said, this being the sixth one that I have, it's just, in my opinion, I can't get enough of them. I really love these engines. The detail, the size, just the sheer power that these engines are capable of in real life and being scaled down to this size, it's a very impressive piece. And those of you who have one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so that concludes the unboxing. And like I said, I'm going to get out to the train room so I can show you guys the rest of the big boys that I have, as well as try to get this on the track and get it running. But I'm very impressed with the set. Not having it running yet, can't really say anything about it, but I'm assuming it's going to be just as impressive on the rails as it is off the rails. Happy to finally have this set. I've wanted it since I saw it in the catalog, and I think it's going to be one of the crown pieces of my collection. Believe it or not, when I go out later and show you guys, the detail on the newer Vision Line engines, like the Mr. Muffins 4000 that I got, is actually a tad bit better than the Vision Lines that were out a few years ago. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, for example, the boiler cooler color is a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys that. And also, newer features to this engine that the other ones didn't have. So again, very, very happy to have this in my collection. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to all the questions you guys have. Thank you all. And since we're so close to Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope everybody gets the trains that they want for Christmas. I made it out to the train room, and I wanted to show you guys what the engine looked like on the tracks, as well as the cars. I'm not going to do a running session right now because, believe it or not, there's still way too much stuff on the track, as you can tell over here. Layout's actually coming along pretty well, but we'll get into that in a second. I wanted to show you guys the difference between some of these engines. Now, here's the 4008. And here are the cars. You can see how long this train actually is. It goes all the way back there. And there's the caboose. So now let's go over to the shelves and look at some of the other engines real fast. This is the Brady's caboose that I recently got. Custom run with the American flag on it and Sherman Hill zip code. I think they did a nice job on this caboose. I'm really, really happy to have it. It's Vision Line, just like the one that comes with the set. So great piece. But what I wanted to point out to you guys is if you look at these engines right here, these are 3 different versions of the big boy. The one on the top is the 4024. And that was the first legacy big boy that came out. Again, the detail is terrific. But as we move down, you'll see the difference, like the boiler cover, for example, here. And this is the Mr. Muffins 4000 custom run, which has the big boy chalk marks on the front. It also has the aftercoolers, where the 24 does not, and the 4008 doesn't either. So you can see the boiler cooler is a little bit different. And to be honest, of the 6 big boys that I have to say that I like the 4000, the Mr. Muffins version, the best. I think they really nailed the colors on this one. And it's got every single option that all the legacy, all the Vision Line big boys have. And of the 6 that I have, I'd have to say that this is my favorite. The piping is a little bit more detailed on the 4024, as you can see right there. There we go. A little less piping here. And this is the 4012, which was the first Vision Line big boy that had the depleting coal load. As you can see right there, last time I ran it, it depleted a little bit. Then we've got two more big boys over here. That's the 4014 and the 4004. And I'm not sure on the date on these. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they came out around 2014 or 15. The 4004, the 4014, and the 4012. I believe that was when Lionel made all the surviving big boys. Can't remember the exact year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably off. But of the 6 that I have, I would have to say that this one right here, the 4000, which is the Mr. Muffins, is my favorite, and the colors really pop on this one. Let's see if I can get a better angle for you guys. Just have to squeeze through with all the stuff that I have in here. So there we go. There are the 3. And I'll try to zoom in a little bit so we can get just the 3 of them in the shot. Okay. So there you go. You can see the differences between the 3, I would say. And, you know, just having one of these is awesome. But having 6 is a dream come true. When I first started collecting, I always wanted to have a big boy. And I had a K-Line semi-scale big boy, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever. But now I'm fortunate enough to be able to get what I have, and very happy with it. So that's about it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this unboxing, and also, well, you know what? Before I end, let me show you a couple of things that I've done with the layout. Right there, I finally installed the board that I was building. It's not done yet, but it's going to be hopefully by the end of the week, maybe a week or 2 after, I'll be able to get this done. I installed all the toggle switches, as you can see, so that way I can turn off any of the tracks that I want inside the roundhouse and inside the diesel service facility. And I also have a couple of kill switches like on that track right there. So if I want to park an engine there and not have it running. In fact, let me see. I have power. I'll give you guys an example. You can hear the big boy set starting up over there. But here we go with this one toggle right here. You can see the end of train device is off right now. We toggle it up, and there we go. We've got power. So that track I specifically killed power to because I want to park maybe an E8 there, or maybe one of my big steam engines. Not sure, because you know, you never have enough whisker tracks. I've got 6 inside the roundhouse, 2 in the diesel service facility, 1 over there, and then 2 over here, plus 1 in between. So that's a lot, but never enough. I could stick another one in if I wanted to, right in that section over there, but I don't want to make it too cluttered. So we'll see. We'll test it out. And I actually did drill another hole right here for another one in the event that I wanted to put one in. I kind of anticipated it, but I left it out just in case. So that's the big announcement right now, if you will, is I finally got this board finished and in, which was made me really happy because I custom built this from scratch, and it did take a lot of time. I put up those 3 videos on it, and I think it came out really nice. It's nothing special. It's not like it's professional. It's got a little couple of quirks to it, but for my purposes, I think it came out really good. And as last time I told you guys, I had finished putting down all the plaster. And I'm hoping that for Christmas, I get a couple more of these buildings so I can continue Tombstone maybe to over about here. That way I have less to build. And I'm actually custom making the Boot Hill Cemetery. So that's going to go probably in that section over there. I've already made some of the headstones. So I just got to cut them up and see how tall I want them to be. But yeah, this whole section just needs to be painted. And once it's done, this whole section right here will be done. I have to finish wiring those switches over there. Once I do that, then I can basically, this whole section will be done. I can paint it. I can put the track back in over here that I took out. I can detail it. And then after that, it's working on the other section, which will take some time. I still have to wire up that high tension tower and that one. And honestly, I'm not sure if I want to keep those in there. I don't know if they look too cluttered, if they look stupid. Let me know what you guys think. I would really appreciate your opinions on that. Should I leave that one in there along with that one and the third one, or take them out? Does it look cluttered? Does it look stupid? Let me know what you guys think. And, oh, you know what? Let's light this building up. Excuse me. That was a building from Stan, along with those flats over there. And he does great work, guys. You can check him out at York. Check him out on his website. I can't remember. I put it in my last video, so I can't remember what it was. But check out his stuff. He does great work. And that's about it. Again, let me know what your thoughts are on these high tension towers. And Merry Christmas.